Welcome back, Five Aces.
Hey people, Five Aces here. Before we get to today's cast, let me just tell you about a little Christmas miracle that has just occurred. You know how Christmas always arrives a little bit earlier at stores? That is, it usually starts in July, that they're selling Christmas surprises and Kinder Eggs and whatnot. Yeah, that about something akin to that has happened in OpenRA. There is a competitive event scheduled for, wait for it, Dune 2K. And I fully intend on casting that event. So I think most of the matches have actually been played, so this is definitely going to be something. I think this is maybe the third or fourth cast over the course of 328 casts that have Shoutcast and Tiberian in Command & Conquer OpenRA on my channel thus far. So the track record for Dune 2K, well, it's relatively rare, let's put it that way. But with that out of the way, just a little teaser trailer. We are now in Tiberian Dawn Global League, and this is the Elite Division. And those two players, I specifically remember going at each other's throats in a best of 7 that was absolutely insane. That was really wild, maybe a year or so ago. They are now back, and let's introduce them in the bottom right. Spawning in metal, I don't know what that color even is, it's maybe some shade of turquoise, metal. Not entirely certain. It is Mr. Master TD, one of the strongest 1v1 players in Tiberian Dawn. And he is facing off against notably one of the strongest RA players in Mr. TD, aka Orb. Yep, Orb has definitely made a name for himself across all mods of OpenRA. Even the third-party mods, he's playing just about anything. I remember playing the Toyota Rush mod with him that was Crush, Kill and Destroy. It was very highly enjoyable. We found out how to exploit a Toyota build, and we're seeing it again here with the wind-up toy build, apparently. This is... no, it's just 2 buggies into Harvester, so nothing... no, 3. That's 900 credits. That's nothing too unusual. And it's immediately countered by a turret and an APC. The APC says no. That thing just shreds through buggies. As long as no bike is available, this just does nothing. The buggies, they do nothing. Anyway, both players reallocating their MCVs a little north and south respectively, so they can snake walk their power plants to an extra blossom tree, which is absolutely necessary on this map. Nice little wall off from Orb. Just the fact that it has 2 tiles, this 2 tiles thick, means that it takes an extra bit longer to punch through. You can easily replace those wall tiles, it's so fast to do that. Yeah, APC just shrugging off any attacks. And 2 Derricks have been procured for Mr. Master as well. This is, by the way, as per usual in the Global League formats, it is a best of 2, so this may result in a draw. APC crushing its way through the fences, just getting a little scouting run in. Oh, actually didn't go for the pursuit. I think if he had ran into the recon bike, he could have killed it easily. Yeah, as it stands though, it's relatively uneventful. Oh, blocking with a concrete barrier now. Alright, just to make extra sure. A little bit of damage already on those light vehicles, but nothing to write home about. And out come the first couple buggies. The first couple bikes. So buggy-bike combination it is for Orb, and Master TD just, you know, 1 single APC on guard duty. That's all you need, really. 3rd engineer being procured. That is an investment. He's up to 4 harvesters. Ooh. Okay, buys enough time to get his turret down. But this gives a window for Orb to just harass over the ridges. As long as the harvesters stay out of range, that's going to be fine. But firing over the ridges with the insane line of sight to TD, it's fairly easy to do. You can just park your recons here. Fire at your heart's content as long as the harvesters are in range. But he sees the turret and is wiser as to not go and engage. The trick when there's a turret deployed is usually you just send a minigunner in, but there was no minigunner in the close proximity. So those 2 guys would take a long while to finish their kung fu exercises and run over to Master TD's base. Lots and lots of buggies already out. Comm center is online. Should be for both players. No, actually it isn't for Master. Wow. Master went for a second weapons factory, so he's playing it defensively. And he is... Ooh, that is a spicy build. Those are 3 engineers as well as a lot of buggies. This is risky though, this could fall apart very easily. And against this mass of bikes and buggies, no amount of turrets is going to help you, because they do an ungodly amount, and you have to concentrate, you have to spread out your turrets, you can't concentrate them on one point. Because this map is so wide and open, you really have lots of attack vectors. And you can just pick off defensive structures one by one. So it's relatively risky, and risk-free from Orb to just move around. But 7 harvesters out for Master. How many is Orb up to? 6. But he already has his 3rd expansion claimed. So he's going up to an extra refinery and transitioning into a tank and infantry build. This is gonna be quite lethal. So the army is definitely favoring Orb for now. Let's see what Master TD can come up with as an answer. Ooh, this one is packed with engineers. Should certainly not go in there. Manages to pick off a couple of recons, you know, stemming the tide. But as soon as those light tanks arrive, they should be the signal, the all-clear signal for Orb to just push forward. Oh, this APC has been split off. What do we have here? Oh, flame tanks. That is not the right answer at all. Flame tanks should... Oh no, that's Orb's flame tanks anyway. Yeah, this is going to be a hard defense. He's got enough infantry now. The lucky break for Master TD is that the infantry of Orb is still way out of position. They're, in fact, still parked in the base, so... Oh! The flame tanks are going in, dishing out a massive amount of damage against the infantry, but not enough. Not enough for now. Turret is coming online. No harvesters have died yet. This is a massacre. Complete massacre, and the focus fire is all over the place. It looks like he's gonna get 1 harvester. Oh, that is not worth it. Getting down 1 harvester at this stage of the game. And a complete cleanup of the army. Janitor Orb is being called to Isle 1 to pick up a couple wreckages here. Yeah, this was honestly not the right choice. He committed, but I'm not sure what he was focus firing, because the harvesters were... they stayed really healthy. Wait a sec. Huh? Where are the other harvesters? Okay, he just reallocated them, so it's 5 harvesters on 1 patch now. That was a bit of an awkward distribution. Yeah. Army relatively wounded. What happened to the... Huh. Okay, we missed that one. The APC with the 3 engineers apparently didn't connect. He didn't crush any fences here. Is it still waiting in the wings somewhere? Not entirely certain. Is it here? No. Okay, the light tanks are tangoing here with the mediums. I think they should usually favor the mediums because they're in fairly equal numbers, and yeah, they pack more punch, but they're also way more expensive. So Master TD pushing forward despite me losing track of his APC. That's kind of a bummer. Huh. Yeah, Orb is gonna have a hard time defending here. He's transitioning to artilleries. And the artilleries don't really do anything here against the mediums. Yep. Good night, sweet brain. Sometimes walls can work against you because they give you this false sense of security. Like, I'm fine. I'm probably fine here. Yeah, look at how they're melting buildings. Power plants, refineries, everything just going up in smoke. Harvesters at least still alive. Mediums with infantry support are pushing back just a little bit. But this is still nowhere close to a winning engagement for Orb. It's looking kind of tough for him. He has lost one of his main expansions. Or that is in his main base. Double helipad production for Orb. I'm not so sure about that. So we've talked about this before. I think in the previous cast. The Apaches have some certain distinctive roles. They can serve as a harassment unit, but not against heavy armor. They're not that great against it. They're decent at killing buildings over time. If there's no dedicated anti-air, they're good at power sniping. Like, as in really good. Wow. 5 helicopters. They can over time take out harvesters as well, but that just takes a while. Alright. Got the chain guns. Ah, that's a refinery down. Very good. this is gonna force out a lot of APCs because an anti-air response is definitely necessary. Orb on the rebound. He's got the scarier army now. He certainly has a lot of rocket soldiers, that's for sure. Okay, in comes the first big tank engagement. With this positioning plus the infantry... Oh, that's gonna be a devastating airstrike. He was occupied somewhere else. Artillery's going down, tanks going up in smoke. Fortunately, the stack of rockets was untouched. That was a smidgen too close for comfort. Oh my goodness. The Apaches, that's the second game in a row where the Apaches are really putting a number on GDI. Ooh, really nestled in. Nestled in position for this one artillery. And he doesn't have the luxury of being able to wait for a second airstrike. Yeah, this is looking good for Orb now. I'm really surprised. Barracks down means that not only does he not have infantry production for now, he also doesn't have access to APCs without a barracks, so he needs one stat. Ooh, he's trying to commit into the artillery, but the tanks are just getting melted. Little detachment managed to seek through. I can maybe do a number on some buildings. But how can Master TD hold against this wave of tanks? How many weapons factories or airstrips are we up to? You're kidding me, that's only 2? Alright. What a massive army. We're gonna take a look at the army graph. Oh my Jesus. What is that discrepancy? That is a 20k lead, and that's mostly in standing army. Yeah, Orb definitely in a great spot for now. Oh, and this detachment got cleaned up by the A-10 Warthogs. That was a very decisive pummeling. Okay. Orb initially didn't seem too much in control of this game, but he definitely rebounded with a stronger economy. And it is looking so good for him now. I doubt this can be stopped anymore. APCs are coming out as a makeshift response to the Apache incursions, but that's a bit too late. Oh, the tanks are not connecting. The rockets are completely unopposed. Can he actually hold for it? Nope. The stack of rockets are still alive. The hills are alive with the sounds of rockets. Rockets everywhere. Coming from all cardinal angles, and that is the GG. That is the 1-0 here for Orb. What a rebound. This was certainly looking to be Master's game until he lost a little bit too much economy and lost a lot of steam as a result. Yeah, that's just the income discrepancy from losing that one refinery. Alright, we are going to be back with Game 2 in a hot second.
Battle control terminated.
Round 2, we are ironically on the map match point, which is not factually true. I recognize this map. This is a long-standing traditional 1v1 map, and that is one where you have to where you're necessitated to move out very early on. Because look at this. What is this starting tib? That's enough tib to crack a piggy bank, but that's just about it. This won't fund the war efforts of Mr. Kane. Personally, I think you need a little bit of a bigger Tiberian deposit for that. So this is very reminiscent of the map Patches, if you remember that from RAGL Season 4, which was in RA, but I think it got ported over to Tiberian Dawn as well, where you had one starting patch and you had basically to go War Factory or bust, and then just move your MCV over from there. Okay, hospital in the middle. I think it's got 4 derricks if I remember correctly. Yep. 2 in the corners, 2 in the middle. Relatively contestable. And none in the back lines. That always threw me off as a kid. This is such a huge plane, comparatively speaking, because the other plane models are way smaller. Especially the A-10 Warthogs, which are, in reality are monsters. But in this game, the scale is way off anyway. Which is, I guess, a tried and tested trope of RTS game design, because it makes the engagements more readable. Speaking of which, I've heard this discussion in the preview for Tempest Rising, and let me know. So, for those of you who are unaware, Tempest Rising is a new RTS that is going to be coming out relatively soon-ish, and it is very much reminiscent of Command & Conquer Kane's Wrath in terms of visuals, gameplay, game design. So, would you be... let me know if you would be interested in some 1 or 2 extra costs, like bonus costs from this particular game, because I intend on purchasing it, and maybe there's going to be a good competitive community if the balancing is good, which I cannot say anything about because I'm not involved with them, but yeah, let's see. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 bonus casts on that one. Ooh, that's spicy. Recon bike opener. Orb is going to find himself in a little bit of hot water because the Humvees are going to chase that Recon to the end of the earth, and as we all know, Recons only fire forward. They are not good at kiting back. Yep. Going on a little chase here. If you trade one for one, that's already a big win, by the way. Recons cost 500. That is a steep cast. Oh my lord. Mazda with the comm center rush. Ooh, what are we gonna be seeing this time around? Is it a medium? Medium rush? Medium rush on one harvester? Might be the case. It has not been revealed. Ooh, good. That's a better start for Master. Most certainly. Okay, it's just 500 for a Recon, but still. 500 over 400. So a little bit of a win. Humvees being parked here. You can no longer block the airstrip. That used to be a thing. You could, you were able to park one vehicle on this particular tile, and that would make the airstrip absolutely inaccessible. Made no sense. By the way, I love the stealth planes. That's such an elegant solution to the problem of left v right maps. Okay, Humvee's just buggering away, seeing that there's nothing for them to do here. Yeah, out comes the first medium, but it has been scouted. So this is a straight up tech rush. Are we gonna be seeing tier 3? Tier 3 tech rush, huh? Nope, just an advanced guard tower for safety purposes. Ooh, his economy though, it's in the gutter. We're gonna be taking a look. Well, this is not looking too good. I mean, he's a hidden asset for now, but that just spiked for Orb. Manages to find a couple picks here. He's been doing relatively well with limited hardware, and Orb himself is not up to a lot of assets himself just yet. At least not combat assets. Tank going in first. That's good. That's a really good call. Tank going in first so he can soak up the damage. Ooh, can he? Oh, he did not block out. In comes the turret though. Okay. 3 Recons, that's just a little bit too much fire. A little too many rockets. At least it's not the rocket buggies from Command & Conquer Generals, if you remember those. Oh, those were scary buggers. So, where does it leave us? That is 4 harvesters for Master. That is 5 harvesters for Orb and a second airstrip. But he doesn't have tech yet. So a little tech advantage versus a pressure advantage by virtue of pumping out from 2 airstrips. He risks falling behind, Master, that is. Second War Factory is produced now, but he's broke. What's the production tab telling us? Lots of buggies, lots of minigunners. It's always... This combination is really flimsy until you mix infantry in. And with infantry it becomes a difficult game for GDI, because GDI doesn't have like any dedicated anti-infantry solutions there. You've got grenadiers, but you have to micro them perfectly to lob the grenades at the rocket blobs rather than just ineffectively lobbing them against light vehicles. And against those fast mobile compositions, it just takes so much micro effort. It's really hard. And MRLS, they make infantry go prone, but they're not particularly good against them per se. So, oh, this buggy did. This does remind me of Generals, you know, where you pop down as GLA, you pop down a tunnel, and then you unleash the wrath of 9 rocket buggies and pop them back into the tunnel again. Okay, he's trying to get the power down. Huh. HETs have a lot of staying power, but not against this. Not against this madness here. Okay. Oh, there's another guard tower. And just like that, it feels like he's defended reasonably well here. Yeah, I think that they definitely favor Master. Slightly, but yes. Good defense, having a guard tower ready, or HET. Comm center, airstrike is almost ready. So as soon as he fights, along the edges of the map, this is gonna get really scary. One airstrike into this blob is gonna inflict so much damage. Recons are running dry. It's also really good how he's sending in minigunners to just soak up damage and to get kills. Get kills on freaking Nod buggies. Those are some heroic ass minigunners. Damn, son. Just shredding the side of what is basically what amounts to a technical or a pickup. Little pickup truck with a machine gun. Oh, what is that even? I think it is a technical. Technically a technical. MCV moving forward. MCV can actually soak up so much damage. They're so tanky in TD. So it's not the worst call in the world. As long as they have an engineer ready. Very compact force. But the advantage of this composition for Orb is he can just be on all sides of the map at once. He has not teched yet, has he? Okay, so now. Tech has just started kicking in. That is a super late 8-minute comm center. Look at that. That's like a swarm of ants crawling across the map. Diving in for a couple of recon kills here. Yeah. Thank you, good sir. Thank you and goodbye. Minigunners doing their best at deterring these forces. And in go the mediums. Very well microed from TD, from Master TD. Oh, and in go the Humvees dancing around the fire of the recons. Very good. He's doing this so well. He's got, I think, 3 control groups. Basically, the minigunners are the meat shield. They're just being sent in to soak up damage. Oh, airstrike! Oh, the cluster bombs doing a number on Orb's infantry, on Orb's vehicle army, decimating the numbers. And I really like just those couple minigunners made all the difference here. Oh, if this guy dies on the tip, chances of a Visceroid. Are we going to be seeing some Visceroid rage? Oh, Harvester, it survives. Just barely. Nice hold. That would be a good target for an airstrike, but alas. Airstrike has been expended. Why is he bothering with the repair facility? That was a bit ambitious. Construction vehicle is going forward, taking the 4th base. This has already happened for Orb, so his economy, Orb's economy is going to be skyrocketing. He is ahead by 5k assets, yep. Plus 4 derricks and an extra harvester as well. But his army is definitely not as strong right now. Right now, a little bit of an army advantage. Ooh, double kill, triple kill, quadra kill, penta kill. Yeah, I would say that was a good engagement for Master TD yet again, pushing back the forces. Couple grenadiers and minigunners being mixed in. He doesn't need much infantry actually. His infantry numbers are limited, but he's making such good use of. Oh, okay, artillery though. The artillery is really hard to engage into. And as a result, consolidating his forces is Master TD. But he's certainly behind in the economy. And Orb has definitely made better use of the map. Okay, the MCV move out has been scouted as well. Plus the 4 derricks. This is going to amount to so much over time. More harvesters being purchased for Orb. Man, his not play. He's playing it more on the macro scale than on the micro scale this time around. And Orb is someone who can play both sides of the spectrum. But it's working really well. He's just gobbling up the map. The Grenadiers, though, are the wild cards. As soon as they start connecting onto some of the buildings... Oh, has been scouted. I'm hearing some nades being lapped. Yeah. And look at that. And derricks are really tanky in TD. So just those 2 Grenadiers, as long as they're hitting, they're doing an absolutely insane number on those oil pumps. Guarded by a tank as well. Pop. Pop goes the Weasel. That's a little too much infantry firepower. Ooh, the Grenadiers have found their ways into the rocket soldiers though. couple good crushes, a couple really good crushes. Most of the rockets have dried up. On the left-hand side, most of the light vehicles are probably going to be regrouping and assaulting the base. That is one dead harvester. I fear Master may be overcommitting. Yeah, this is a very exposed base. There is absolutely no defense, and those are the juiciest eco lines. Oh no, that is 4 harvesters. Plus, the Conyard is definitely in peril here. Oh my lord. Yeah, this Conyard is dead. There is just no way around it. Oh. No more structure production for Master TD. This may be the beginning of the end here. He cannot reclaim this expansion easily anymore. And down go the barracks in a hot minute. As soon as he focuses them, yep. Thank you, good sir. Well played from Orb, just finding the vulnerability, exploiting it immediately. On the left hand side, look at this army. To be fair, he has lost a lot of real estate himself, but the armies are just gonna start dwindling on Master's side. He still has one big push left in him. This is not necessarily over. Okay, this may be the comm center. Oh, if the comm center goes down, that is gonna be a big problem. He's not repairing it for now. Yikes. Oh no. Oh, it was so close to the airstrike as well. Orb just finding the window yet again. Still, he has to somehow stop this push. And if he cannot build enough structures in time to defend his homelands, he is going to be in for a world of hurt regardless. This is a good game. This is definitely closer than it looks right now. Because the army and the army advantage, certainly for now, is in Master's favor. If he manages to get... Oh, the airstrike though. The airstrike is going to be the one big wild card. If Orb gets a good air... Oh, good lord. It's the entire army. Not as bad as it could have been. Most of the tanks have survived. Infantry, relatively healthy still. Oh no, this is Crush territory though. This is Crush Central. Oh, they're getting obliterated. No need for Crushes anyway. No rockets in the mix, and I feel that's it. That must be the 2-0. That must be it. There is no counter airstrike. Oh, I was so hoping for 2 engineers to be in that APC packed up, but no. Pop. Those rockets immediately popping an APC, and those do not have a soft shell. Kind of a hard shell. Oh, another auxiliary army is waiting in the wings anyway. Yeah. This is over, except the conclusion screen hasn't popped up just yet. Must be a bug. I'd like to report the bug, please. Man is frantically trying to repair his army, but realistically he knows. Orb also knows. That is the 2-0 for Orb. Congratulations to both players. That was an insane game. Insane series of games. Really close towards the end. I feel like had he not lost his comm center, Master would have had a counter airstrike. So the armies could have been traded off, and then he would have had a pressure advantage for a little bit and could have kept going with his push. But as it stands, that was just Orb's defense being a little too strong. That was juicy. I want more of that TD action. We're going to be back with more. There's also a couple of array replays lined up. For those of you who have missed out on stuff that is upcoming on this channel, I'm going to be purchasing a new PC relatively shortly, and then we're going to be in for a wild ride because I'm going to be able to cast pretty much all games. I'm going to be able to cast even some bonus shoutcasts of maybe Warcraft 3 Reforged. That has gotten a patch, believe it or not. And despite Reforged being shit, it is still Warcraft 3, which is one of my all-time favorites. We're also going to be able to maybe look at Tempest Rising for a little, because that looks really interesting. And also the Dune 2K competitive event in OpenRA. This is shout out to whoever organized this. I'm going to give away the details at the beginning of that particular cast, because I don't have them memorized right now, but that's going to be so good to see some Dune 2K action. That is the often completely neglected red-headed stepchild of OpenRA mods. and I really want to give it its time in the limelight. Yeah, congratulations to Orb for scoring clean 2-0 here. Also, Master is still one of the strongest 1v1 players though, so don't underestimate him, and there's going to be more. This is only the group stage, and we're going to definitely be looking at some more group stage matches, introducing some of the players, and taking a look at the finals as well as soon as they occur. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.